as Claude said, we're here to really look at three aspects of climate.
Are of the impression that the public is rather ignorant.
And you will have heard in the news in the last few days about the fires in Indonesia and Malaysia, which are associated both with very poor forestry management in those areas and an extreme El Nino event, which appears to be building up. Around the world, you're seeing changes now. Drought in southern Africa, which again this year is beginning to be exacerbated in countries like Botswana and Zimbabwe. They've got a 13-year rainfall deficit in the southern African area, and this is being associated with the warming and drying trend.
We are collectively responsible for finding a solution there. I sympathize with the difficulties that countries like United States, Canada, Australia, and so forth are facing, because we know many of the same political difficulties in Europe. But leadership is to take on that challenge. And as the Department of Energy study shows here for the United States, it can be done wisely with few, if any, costs to the economy.
Global warming would be expected to affect the availability of water, the ability to grow food, to be expected to modify the habitats of some of the disease-bearing insects. It could also affect the economy of some countries which currently enable their populations to obtain essential medical services and are associated with safe childbirth and immunization protection against some diseases.
If developed countries cannot agree among themselves with their technology and their high use of energy, if they cannot agree among themselves to stabilize CO2 and other greenhouse gas emissions, how can we then expect China, India, Brazil, and other emerging huge countries, emerging economies in huge countries, to do their part of the job?